Good afternoon and welcome to today's coverage of the Pitching In Northern Premier League, live from Giant Axe as Lancaster City take on Marine. A goalless draw against Hyde United last Saturday kept the Mariners in the playoffs and also extended their unbeaten run to 5, with Neil Young's men not conceding a goal in that time. Today's opponents, Lancaster City, also played out a stalemate at the Marine Travel Arena back in August and currently sit 13th in the table. Covering the action today is me, Luke Feather, and I'm joined by Tom Wardle. So what are you hoping to see different from Marine today, Tom?
I thought Marine played no worse than they have done in previous games on Saturday, just the luck didn't fall their way. But, I know Neil Young will know it's a difficult place to come. An early kick-off today. It'll be an interesting game and I'm excited to see how it pans out.
So given what we saw from Lancaster City back in August, what sort of game are you expecting today?
Well, they like to put men behind the ball, didn't they? Their physical side wasn't easy to break them down. And that was on an artificial surface today here at Lancaster, and I expect to see a similar kind of performance from both teams, and hopefully Marine can get a goal. Obviously you mentioned the goalless draw, but it will be difficult to break this side down.
Yeah, for those of you listening who weren't at the game back in August, you didn't really miss anything, to be honest. It was probably, I think it's fair to say, one of the worst games we've seen this season. Very low quality in terms of action. And you may hear the music starting to ramp up inside the Giant Axe, which means we are edging ever closer to kick-off. So I'll run through the two teams, starting with the home side, Lancaster City. So in goal, it's number 1, Sam Waller. Number 2, Sam Bailey. Number 3, Kyle Brownhill. Number 4, Pat Allington. Number 5, Lemaine Torre. Number 6, Jamie Mellon. Number 7, Brad Carroll. Number 8, the captain, Niall Cooperthwaite. Number 9, David Norris. Number 10, Dale Whittam. And number 11, Nick Evangelinos. On the bench for the Dolly Blues, it's number 12, Andy Teague. Number 13, a late addition to the bench, it's Curtis Anderson. Number 15, Dom Lawson. Number 16, Brad Carsley. And number 17, Christian Sloan. Starting in goal for Marine today, it's number 1, Bailey Passant. Number 2, Josh Solomon Davis. Number 3, Sean Smith. Number 4, Jordan Lussey. Number 5, the captain, Josh Wardle. Number 6, Johnny Spittle. Number 7, Lucas Weir. Number 8, Charlie Doyle. Number 9, Mo Torre. Number 10, Sol Solomon. And number 11, Andy Scarisbrick. On the bench for Marine, it's number 12, Luke Clark. Number 14, Connor Evans. Number 15, Hayden Campbell. Number 16, Alex Doyle. And number 17, James Barragan. So no Barragan today. Jordan Lussey back in the side. What are your thoughts on that, Tom?
Yeah, we were speaking before the game and we were thinking Jordan Lussey has been excellent in the last few games he's featured. He didn't play the game on Saturday, and maybe he can be the key to unlock a very solid defence. James Barron's done nothing wrong. He's been playing brilliant recently too, but a change in his side, there's no harm in that. We'll see how Jordan gets on this afternoon. Yeah,
Jordan Lussey been a player that has didn't exactly hit the ground running when he first joined the club. Struggled with a few injuries to his defence. He was playing out of position in a lot of those games. He's come into the side and he's really made that holding midfield position his own, getting on the ball, looking to play quick passes. So how do you think that will affect Marine's overall style today?
Well, they want to get the ball down and play football. I think a different approach, maybe that's what we did back in August in the game that was nil apiece. We played a bit too many long balls to players that were always going to miss out on that header. So maybe bringing Lussey in the side will just calm the ball, bring it down and try and unlock the Lancaster backline in a different kind of way.
So the players, both sets of players out on the pitch now. Marine have lined up to the right, attacking the left. Shooting towards the Neil Marshall Legends stand. The two captains in the centre. Exchange words of the referee. For Lancaster, despite their league position and the style of play that they've become known for in this league, they are one of the form teams in the league table, second in the form league, 13 points from their last 6 games. They've actually won the last 4 matches on the bounce. Early in the season, they'd make a name for themselves for drawing lots of games 0-0 and not scoring many goals. That certainly seems to have changed in the last few weeks. But Marine, on the other hand, best defence in the league, only 13 goals conceded in 19 games this season. 5 consecutive clean sheets. It's actually over 450 minutes of football since they conceded a goal. And it's going to be Marine to get us underway. Jordan Lussey stood over the ball in the centre of the pitch. Live from the Giant Axe, pitching in Northern Premier League. It's Lancaster City versus Marine. The referee today, Jacob Graham, and it'll be assisted by Chris Cooper-Tong and Gennaro Contursi. As always, remember to get your comments in throughout the match. We'll be reading a few out as we go. A little bit of a delayed kickoff today. And we are underway. Jordan Lussey kicks us off, and it's a long ball forward from Weir. Tries to play it up towards Torre, but it's just watched out of play by Kyle Brownhill at left back. So an early throw in for the hosts. As expected, Marine appear to have lined up with a front two of Sol Solomon and Mo Torre. Andy Scarisbrick will occupy the space in behind. So that one's cleared away by Mellon. Scarisbrick looks to take it down on the edge of the box. Solomon looks to poke it through to Torre. Here is Torre now to the right of the box. He tries to whip one back in. And it's a dangerous cross. It almost snuck in at the back post. Watched out of play by Sam Bailey.
Well, Marine started straight on the front foot there. Brilliant take initially by Torre. Put his cross towards the back post and it almost crept in on its own. But a good start here.
So a good start for Marine, starting on the front foot. 1 minute played, goalless at the Giant Axe. Marine know that a win today will help to solidify their hold on the playoffs. Currently sit 4th in the table, 31 points. Not lost many games this season. Just before defeats for Marine, it's the draws that have taken the points off them more than anything. 8 wins and 8 draws this season. Another one last Saturday, a decent point against Hyde United, currently hit 3rd in the table. Here's the captain for the home side, Cooper Thwaite. Back to Brownhill, clears it long, away from Spittle. Blasted forward in the centre by now Cooper Thwaite, the skipper for the hosts, and it's out for a Marine throw-in in a right-back position. Solomon Davis back in the side, following a few injury problems this season. He was named sponsors man of the match and commentary man of the match last Saturday. Ball in the centre now. Forward from Charlie Doyle, but cleared away at the other end by Lemaine Torre.
Well, you can see which style of play the home side are up to for. A few times already. It's just been a hit and out out the touchline.
Throw taken quickly back to Bailey Passon, who opts to play it long. Met by Lemaine Torre, but only to a path of Weir. Well, that's swept up in the midfield, now through Witham. Back to Allington, who clears it long. Looking for Norris. And cleared forward by the home side. Long ball forward from Bailey Passon up towards Charlie Doyle. Flicked on towards Torre, but if he can take it down, not quite, but here's Brownhill for the host. Just about evades the challenge from Charlie Doyle. And bursts down the left. It's a searching ball for Norris, but I think Josh Wardle should be able to deal with that. Just about on the slippery surface. Watches it out for a goal kick. So you can see, as you say, Tom, early signs are that Lancaster are a side that are going to try and hit Marine on the counter-attack. These long balls into the channels. Very solid at the back.
Yeah, just the opening few minutes, as you say, Luke. It's not going to be an easy afternoon for Marine. They're going to have to battle hard from minute 1 to 90.
Headed forward by Jordan Lussey for Marine, and now Sol Solomon might just about find his way into the box, but it's cleared away by Lemaine Torre, out for a Marine throw-in. As Marine fans behind the goal that we are attacking, very vocal. I know there's a good consortium of them that's made their way up this morning on the train. Hopefully they enjoy their day out in Lancaster. It's Jordan Lussey looking to launch the first throw-in of the afternoon into the box, in towards the near post, but it's headed away by Witham. Acrobatic attempt from Solomon, and it's never testing the goalkeeper, Sam Waller.
Well, we mentioned Jordan Lussey in the team for his passing abilities and play in the middle of the pitch. We did forget about his long throws, and he's shown there it can cause a problem.
That's something that Marine were missing against Hyde United. Obviously, the unfortunate injury to Jack Dunn, another one who possesses a long throw. And Jordan Lussey was absent from that match as well, we believe, just with a minor injury. So having Lussey back in the side gives Neil Young's side a different option. Gives the centre-backs a chance to get forward. A free kick taken quickly by Bailey Passon, out wide to Solomon Davis. Here's Doyle down the line for Solomon Davis. Infield now to Lussey. Gets his head up, tries to dink one back into the back post. It's Lucas Weir, and he's just about scrambled over the line. And it's Sol Solomon. Fantastic ball into the box from Jordan Lussey, met at the back post by Weir. Sam Waller thought he'd done enough to keep it out, but Sol Solomon was on hand to scramble it over the line for his 6th Marine goal. It's Lancaster City 0, Marine 1.
Well, it all started that deep cross by Lussey, brilliant pick out to Weir. The keeper did all he could to get it out of the way, but Solomon bundles over the line. Marine with a great start and an important early goal.
I think that will just calm a few nerves. Lancaster City. Lancaster City very much expected to soak up a bit of pressure today, but a fantastic ball into the back post from Jordan Lussey, back in the side today. Met at the back post by Weir. It was a good effort on target, and even what looked like an even better save from Waller. I was just about ready to sing his praises in the Lancaster goal, but Solomon was on hand just to poke it over the line, give Marine the lead. Long ball forward from Josh Wardle now, headed away by Lemaine Torre. Picked up in the centre of the pitch now from Norris, and he can look to spread it wide to his right back, Sam Bailey, who had advanced too far to get onto the end of that one. Out for a Marine throw-in, about the halfway line. Sean Smith to take. Throws it infield to Torre. Torre lets it run and can't quite latch onto the end of it as David Norris back doing some defensive work for his side. And it's a free kick.
It will be interesting to see how Lancaster City respond. And that might be their game plan out the window in the first 10 minutes. Might open some spaces at the back for Marine to maybe get a few more.
Must be so demoralising as a manager when you spend the whole week preparing and you put the hours in the training ground, only for a goal in the 5th minute to scupper your plans. Here's Cooperthwaite. Has it nicked off him in midfield, but he manages to win it back. Out wide now to Bailey. Tries to play it forward, but it's cut out by Spittle. Swept up by Solomon Davis now. And Charlie Doyle can break for Marine. He's got Scarisbrick to the right. Can't quite control it on the bobbly surface. Right on the byline. Does well to keep it in. Scarisbrick, little one through the legs of Mellon, but cleared away. Here's Solomon Davis now. Back out wide with Marine. Lobs it forward for Doyle. Tries to swing it in towards Torre, but it's headed out. And Whittam out wide now to Sam Bailey. A man who loves to venture forward from right back, as we saw that Tuesday night game back in August. Out wide now to his opposite fullback, Kyle Brownhill. Infield looking for Whittam, but it's cleared away by Scarisbrick back on defensive duties.
I think the bobble just took away from Scarisbrick there. He got in a really good area. Marine still on the front foot despite that early goal, looking to add to the tally.
Got a throw in just in front of us here, down the Lancaster left, to be taken by the left back Brownhill. It's got Whittam down the line, but it's missed by him and cleared away by Johnny Spittle. Man, he's been in such great form at the back for Marine. Very much a leader in every sense of a word. Long ball forward from Bailey. And Norris might be able to just sneak in here around the back. Just about dealt with by Wardle in the penalty area, but that was a bit of a warning sign for Marine there.
Yeah, it was a nervous moment for the captain, Josh Wardle. He seemed to get spun there. Rather forward, but recovered well. Just to put the ball out of danger for Lancaster corner.
He's had a couple of moments in this opening 10 minutes, Josh Wardle, where he's not been his usual commanding self. As the corner goes in, it's not the best corner from Cooperthwaite, and I think he's actually slipped when he took it, and it was cleared away by a Marine man. Throw in for the Mariners in a left-back position, about 15 yards up from the corner flag, to be taken by Sean Smith, Mr. Consistent at left-back for Marine. Throw down the line. Looking for Weir to flick on, but just does enough to win a second throw-in, gaining a few yards for Smith to take. He's got options down his line, including Weir again, and it is Weir to flick it on. Torre can't quite get there, but Solomon might be able to win something for his side, and he wins another throw-in just in front of the dugout, where Alan Morgan's shown us a few tricks. Throw down the line again from Smith in towards Solomon. Couldn't quite take it down. Weir goes down under a challenge. I think it was Sam Bailey back there for his side. Free kick Marine.
Yeah, he's got in amongst it early on, as he saw Solomon. Didn't see as much of him on Saturday as might used to be. But he certainly made a bright start here. Would have started a free kick in a good crossing area.
It will be the former Jersey Bulls man to take. 6 goals he's got in the Marine shirt now. It's been brilliant since signing a couple of months ago. Ball into the box. Headed away by Allington. Might just fall again for Solomon, who can play it back to Solomon Davis. Moves it forward, looking for Torre, but it's away from Bailey. Might just deflect back over for Torre, but Allington can deal with it well. Ball deflects off of Torre and out for a goal kick. So if you are just joining us, we're 12 minutes in to the first half of this early kickoff. Amended kickoff time due to what would have been a possible England World Cup game today. It's not actually ended up mattering, but here we are. 12 minutes in, Marine lead by a goal to nil. So Solomon with that goal. Here's Charlie Doyle in the middle. Moves it forward, looking for Sol Solomon. Can he just about nod it down for Scarisbrick? Couldn't quite control. But here's Weir. Looks to slide it through to Solomon again. Deflected, but here's Lussey. Up towards Torre. Can he take it down? Good strength from Torre. Can he hold it up? Back onto his left foot on the edge of the box. He's going to try his luck. Closed down well by Mellon. Out wide again now with Charlie Doyle. And he goes down under a very strong challenge from Witham. And it's going to be a free kick for Marine, rightly so, Tom?
Yeah, absolutely has. Just thinking to myself, you can see how confident Marine are, especially the numbers they're getting forward here. They trust that defence. When you kept 5 clean sheets in a row, why wouldn't you?
Just reading a comment here from Adam Breverton. Completely agree. Wardle's been one of our best players this season. I hope he does grow into the game. A chance for him to get on the score sheet here as Lussey stands over the free kick. Another good delivery from Lussey in towards the back post. It is Wardle attacking it, but it's just about scrambled away. Forces Scarisbrick on the edge of the box. Left-footed volley. Dribbles wide in the end. Is that a big chance for Marine, Tom?
Well, I think it was a half chance. It felt nice for Scarisbrick. We just didn't get a hold of it. With bodies in front of him, would have been difficult to find the back of the net, but promising signs once again.
A pair of goals for Scarisbrick since joining Marine. One on his first start up at Morpeth Town and one in the Liverpool Senior Cup against Pilkington on a Tuesday night a couple of weeks ago. What have you made of his start to life at Marine, Tom?
Well, ever since that Pilkington game, he's really caught my eye, Scarrows, but it took a little bit of time to put his name in this Marine team week in, week out, but he's certainly doing that now. I'm sure he's one of the first that crosses Neil Young's mind on a match day.
Was unlucky not to win Marine a penalty against Hyde United last season. Neil Young not alone in thinking that Marine should have been awarded a penalty. Back to the action, and Sean Smith will get us back underway with a throw-in. Down the line looking for Solomon. Can't quite take it down. Sorry, it's Weir. He flicks it on towards Solomon, but cleared away. Mellon can head out now for the home side. Brownhill with a long ball forward. Looking for runners, but Josh Wardle can clear up. Head it back to the goalkeeper. Bailey Passant sporting a cap today. There's a low sun over Lancaster. Rolls it out for Sean Smith. Back to his goalkeeper. Needs to be careful on the bobbling pitch. It's not the best clearance from Bailey Passant, but it's just about managed to squeeze its way through to Weir. Good ball forward for Torre, and nice idea with the flick forward towards Solomon, but just too much on that one. Long ball forward quickly from Sam Waller. Looking to send Nick Evangelinos on his way. Passant's out of his goal quickly. Keeps it in the box and gathers.
It was quickly taking kick forward, wasn't it? And looked to be in then. The Lancaster forward, I think Wardle did just enough in the end to shepherd him away. But there's the danger. The home side present and will continue to.
Long ball forward from Passant, flicked on by Torre. Solomon had made the run in behind, but he was being watched all the way by Lemaine Torre at centre-back for Lancaster. Nick Evangelinos, a name that might ring a few bells amongst Marine supporters, was part of Workington's side last season. Has been challenged for the NPL West, of course missing out in the playoff semi-final thanks to a Neil Kenji hat-trick. Bailey Passant up well to claim that header on from David Norris. Just takes a few moments to send his team up the pitch for dropping the ball and playing it long from the floor. Up towards Solomon, but Scarisbrick's made a decent run in behind. It might run through to him, but in the end, Sam Waller's off his line well to claim. 15 minutes played here at Lancaster City. It's the Dolly Blues 0, Marine 1. Sol Solomon grabbing his 6th goal for the club, poking in from about a yard out. As Wardle clears long up towards Torre. He's held it up well. Can Charlie Doyle get to that one? Not quite. It's nicked off his toe by Brownhill. Tries to clear it forward quickly, but Solomon Davis cuts that one out and tries a long ball forward of his own. And the linesman's flag is up. Gennaro Contursi. Offside against Mo Torre. I'm not sure where they're taking this one from, but the linesman's happy to let it go. So a free kick to be taken from the goalkeeper, Sam Waller. Long one forward from the man wearing all pink today. It's met by Brownhill, but it's more of a defensive header than a header forward, and Weir can pick it up. He's got Smith to his left. Not the best ball from Weir. Picked up by Allington. Into Witham. Returns it to Allington. Just runs out of space over on the far side. Just ahead of the blue Lancaster shirt over on the far side.
Yeah, they're struggling to string any sort of play together, aren't they? The Blues. Just every time they try and make an attack, the ball tends to escape the pitch.
Rare occasion, Marine playing away from home today, but in their home strip as Lancaster are all in blue. Throw in taken quickly into Coperthwaite. Solomon Davis cuts that one out and a little bit heavy with his touch, couldn't quite send himself free down the right wing, out for a throw in to be taken by Brownhill. He's got options down the line and now he's looking for Witham in field. He can control, back to Brownhill. Down the line looking for Evangelinos, but taken off him, but Witham can pick it up now. Back to Torre, Lemaine Torre, that is. Dribbles past a few. It's a decent run from a centre-back. It's a fantastic run. He's evaded about 4 challenges in there. Went through the whole Marine midfield. Out wide now with Sam Bailey. Looks to fire one in towards the back post. Brownhill can't quite take it down. Solomon Davis can counter-attack now for Marine. Heavy touch. He's a couple of times he's done that now, Tom.
Yeah, I think he just needs to adapt to this pitch. It's not that artificial pitch he's used to playing week in, week out at home.
It's not the best surface today at Giant Axe, it has to be said. A little bit uneven, a few bobbles as we've seen so far. As a long ball is played forward from Spittle. Solomon will give chase, but Lemaine Torre is defending him well. Can Solomon get around the side of him? Great defending from Torre, to be fair to him. Long ball forward from Brownhill. Looking down the left wing for the visitors. Watched out of play by Johnny Spittle. So another throw in to be taken just in front of us by Josh Solomon Davis. What did you make of his performance on Tuesday night, Tom?
Yeah, he's deserving man of the match, wasn't he? Josh Solomon Davis getting forward on that right side, causing multiple problems for Hard United. Just couldn't quite get the goal that Marine deserved, but yeah, he's been excellent, and especially as he's just come back from injury. So we need him back in that team, fitted every week.
Sean Smith looks to head it forward for the Mariners, but it's swept up by Cooperthwaite. And forward from Bailey, headed on into the path of Norris. Needed defending, and it was. Here's Witham in the middle. Scarisbrick battling in there, wins the ball back, but then couldn't find Solomon. His ball forward, not the best back pass to Waller, but he deals with it as best he could. And it's out for a Marine throw-in down the Marine left. I think it's just about in Jordan Lussey territory. It's not quite where he would usually like to take them, adjacent to the penalty area, but we know he has got a long throw, which could spell danger for Lancaster. A couple of players have made short options, but it is the long one from Lussey. Headed up, but not really on from Wardle. And cleared away by Norris back on his defensive duties. Here's Solomon Davis with a long diagonal up towards Wardle, who's stayed forward. He's flicked it on this time. Linesman's flags up against Wardle.
Yeah, it's a few times that's happened now, isn't it? The flag going up and on a Marine player. Just need to watch that line when there's no real pressure.
Long ball forward from Waller. Controlled by Solomon Davis, but Brad Carroll was on his toe, looking to nick it off him. I think the last touch came off of Solomon Davis. It's going to be a throw-in, or a free kick, sorry.
Yeah, I think Solomon Davis is just a bit late after controlling the ball.
Whittam out wide for Bailey. Tries to get a ball in, but it's closed down well by Smith, and Solomon can clear only as far as Allington. And closed down well by Solomon. Scarisbrick nicks it in the midfield, plays a through ball through to, well, it was neither Solomon nor Torre, really. Waller was off his line well to clear. Is that a big chance there, Tom?
Yeah, how many times he did that on the weekend, Scarisbrick, just nipping in and catching defenders off guard. I just think his pass is just a little bit overhit there, but it's looking really sharp again.
Charlie Doyle looks to poke it out wide. Well, Torre is the closest man to it, but it's picked up by Brownhill, the left back. Back to Mellon. Into the man playing in the middle of the back three. Torre. He's going on one of those runs again, but it's nicked off him by Lussey. And Mo Torre can break now for Marine. Lussey to the right of him. Just needs options now. Back to Solomon Davis. He's got Charlie Doyle with him, but he goes all the way back to Johnny Spittle. Spittle's going to try a long diagonal that we see so often over towards Weir. Heads it back for Sean Smith. Good switch of play from Spittle. And here's Weir. So Smith's continued his run down the left. He gets it back, tries to slide it into Torre, cleared away by Cooperthwaite. Up towards Evangelinos. Just about keeps it. No, he doesn't. Charlie Doyle's in there to nick it away for Marine. And in the end, it's all the way back to Spittle closed down well by Norris. Spittle goes back to Passant. Good ball forward from him. Carroll looks to head it forward now for his visitors. Long ball forward from Wardle. Now that might end up being a decent ball over the top for Solomon. Again, Waller off his line well. He's having a good game so far, the goalkeeper, despite the goal.
Yeah, he's looked sharp, and to be fair, on the goal, he did all he could, didn't he? He made a great save on Lucas Weir.
Torre. Handball given against Mo Torre. Maybe a little bit harsh. It looked maybe right in that grey area. Is it shoulder? Is it arm? Referee Jacob Graham says arm. Free kick for Lancaster, just inside their own half. Spreads it out wide right. Whitton looks to chest it on. Runs out of room, and that'll be a Marine throw-in for Sean Smith. About a quarter of the way through the match now. Marine lead by a goal to nil, thanks to a early goal from Sol Solomon. 6th goal for the club. Puts him just 5 goals behind top goal scorer Hayden Campbell on the bench today. He's struggled to get back in the side after his injury, hasn't he, Tom?
Yeah, but it's not going to be easy when you've got such talent. As you see on the pitch today, you've got Solomon, who's kind of becoming an undroppable figure in the forward lines. Torres is coming back, and he's looking back to his normal self. So it's not going to be easy, but that's only a good thing for the manager. He's got good players both in his team and on the bench.
I was about to say, you look at the strength and depth of Marine's bench. Connor Evans, Hayden Campbell, Alex Doyle, James Barragan and Luke Clark. It's a fantastic bench. Long ball forward from Smith from this free kick, up towards Wardle. Linesman's flag is up for offside, but referee waves play on as Waller gets us back underway quickly with a long kick up towards Evangelinos. Good